Coach, how wild of a game was that for you yesterday, and let alone to come out on top?
It was good. I mean, we tried not to get down. I mean, but we played fairly well on the entire weekend. Just did enough. Just worried about the score, not about giving up runs, and not being worried about being down by too much. So it spoke a lot, especially how the season has gone, and this late in the season to just keep on battling and play hard.
Would you say that's the best, not just because you won it, but the best series that you've seen your team play so far this year, as far as just every aspect of?
Yeah, Saturday was the best game that we've played because Long Beach State, quality program, kind of put everything together. It felt like a real collegiate baseball game, and where most aspects of our game were going as you work on it. Sunday got a little bit out of hand. Great game for the fans, but 4 hours 45 minutes worth of not knowing what was going to happen. But hopefully that's the type of attitude you have at home, that it's always toughest to get those last 3 outs, and we just hung with it, and it spoke volumes, and really had a couple of questions answered for the future with Jordan Hadlock and Denver Chavez getting their shot and really coming through. So hopefully the future is bright.
Just kind of talk about the injury update. I mean, as far as Jensen and Busby and kind of what you expect from them this week.
Probably not a lot. Jensen's probably out for an extended period of time. Not sure about Busby. We travel to Fresno State tomorrow. Usually our travel size is for non-conference games is around 27. We're traveling at 20. So we have a lot of guys that we're not taking, and they're getting evaluated tomorrow, and we'll see. I don't think a lot of them will be available for this weekend series against Irvine.
Coach, you've coached hundreds of games, literally. I mean, just this one's just one out of several hundred. I mean, but is this one going to stick in your mind, just how wild and crazy it was?
Yeah, just because of they scored 2 runs in the last 3 innings and pushed it to 11 innings, and we were able to rebound with and not get down. I mean, we got off the field, tried to minimize as best we could, and came back, tied the ball game in the 10th, and then we were able to score 3 in the 11th. And it's important to have that mindset, to never feel like you're out of a game, and it's all about the score. I mean, teams are the good teams are able to win 3-2, but they're also able to win 15-14, and it's about the ending score. And when you're playing at home, hopefully you have that feeling that you're never out of it, and it's going to be tough for the opposition to get those last 3 outs.
And knowing where you guys are at this season, injuries, the standings, all the adversity, I mean, how proud are you of your team that, I mean, you guys, didn't pack it in, and I mean, you somehow pulled that game out yesterday. How proud are you?
Yeah, just really happy in the overall effort. Throughout the entire weekend, came out and did a lot of early work on Saturday, played the best we've played, and then Sunday's game was, had a lot of, it was like a roller coaster, and had its ups and downs, but proud of the way that they hung in there, and there was a positive environment in the dugout, and it was, if Long Beach scored runs, we got back in the dugout, and we didn't think about what had just happened. We just were worried about what we were going to do at the plate, and pretty important those later innings for our leadoff hitter to get on and kind of set the table for things to happen.
Now with that game in the rearview mirror, I mean, how important is it for you to kind of build off that? I think you have like 16 games left in the season, and how can you build off these 2 games and finish strong and push forward towards next year?
Well, I think it's just about continuing to develop the players that you're going to have back for next year. You're going to go out and try to win each game, so you're going to put the lineup that allows you the best chance of winning, but it's also about making sure you get enough playing experience with players that are going to be back for you in the future. So, and we saw that this past weekend with Denver Chavez, who hadn't played in 2 years due to a lot of injuries, and he was redshirting again and got thrown into the frying pan and did extremely well. So he answered a lot of questions that we wouldn't have found out till next spring. So it was great in that sense. And then Jordan Hadlock was able to step in, and he had become our number 1 catcher with Brayton being down, and threw him at third base, and thought at least it gave us the best opportunity to have an offensive lineup out there, and came through in a big way. So those young players are really getting a lot of valuable experience, and it'll pay dividends in the future, and hopefully it'll pay dividends this year, but more so in 2011.
And then a pretty big event this Sunday. I mean, talk about that being televised first time here at home, and what that might mean for your program.
Well, it's just good. I mean, it's good to see how your players handle knowing that there's a TV crew here and it's going to be on national TV. So I don't see any difference in our mindset, but it's just it's a neat thing. It allows some exposure to people outside of San Luis Obispo and get a chance to watch us play a quality program, and hopefully we put a good showing, and hopefully that'll be do benefit us in the future.
You don't anticipate kind of tweaking your roster or pitching, to
No.
it's just going to be any other game?
Yeah, any other game. I mean, we're all set. We have very few options of what we can do, and we're very limited with the due to injuries. So we'll run whatever team is hot out there, and whatever team gives us the best chance of being successful. But no tweaking in the lineup or anything due to playing on TV. It'll be just another game for us, and it'll be neat for our players just to be able to get a DVD and be able to watch it on TV themselves and have a laugh.
In terms of